The region's two invasive buckthorn species are two of KISMA's biggest concerns each mitigation season. Keweenaw Invasive Species Management Area Coordinator Sigrid Resh says that the woody plant that was once used commonly in residential and municipal landscaping outcompetes other native plants. In the past, KISMA has used Chondrostereum purpureum before removing buckthorn from the soil. With similar results to a study from British Columbia, KISMA had high hopes for the fungi's potential use.
That's just been a lot of really fun lab work over April and May, right before the big growing season hits and we have to put it on the buckthorn. Lots of time spent in the lab kind of mixing these concoctions together of different ingredients to see how it affects the growth of the fungus and how much broth to put in, how much growth do we get. We put a little bit of ingredient called fumed silica, which ends up breaking the fungi apart as it grows, and so we can get like lots of tiny little balls instead of big balls, and all of them are just like different ways of making the same inoculum. So I did a lot of that last year.
After a little experimentation using the Norwegian studies method, Stone was able to cultivate a fungus solution that could be sprayed onto buckthorn. A major goal of using the fungus, as opposed to common chemical solutions, was to limit the amount of native plant loss when working to weaken the buckthorn's growth.
It is a little bit challenging because fungus, the fungus that we're working with likes to grow on trees. It doesn't really, it's not something that grows in water. So trying to figure out a way for it to grow has been kind of interesting, but I ended up stumbling upon this really cool paper that was written by people in Norway, in which they were able to do this instead of growing fungus on something and then putting a bunch of water onto it and hoping that it lives when you spray it. They ended up putting it into what is like a soup.
Encouraging curiosity has always been a driving force behind professors and students working together at Michigan Tech. Resh and Stone hope to use the project's lab-grown Chondrostereum purpureum solution during the upgrowing mitigation season. As the season approaches, residents with buckthorn on their property can work with KISMA to remove the invasive species. Go to abc10up.com to learn more about Abe Stone and the fungus solution that might help fight back against buckthorn. With ABC 10 and CW5, this is Thomas Fournier.